Good evening. I'd like to start by thanking ALPFA for providing me the platform to be able to build Latino leaders. I'm humbled in accepting this year's award because I know a lot of my peers work really hard at opening doors to a better tomorrow for our Latino community. So I'd also like to share this award with my fellow ALPFA leaders who have done great work this year. I never set my sights on any personal awards. My only goal has been to help as many Latinos as possible, and I felt ALPFA provided the best platform to achieve that goal. I didn't grow up with ALPFA as a student or young professional. I only joined the organization because I was helping UBS with the diversity strategy. And we chose ALPFA as our Latino partner. I only started working on UBS's diversity initiative because a friend of mine, some 15 years ago, called me a coconut. And I said, "What are you talking about?" She tells me, "You're brown on the outside, but you're really blanquito on the inside." She was right. I didn't want to be known for being Latino. I wanted to be accepted by our financial services community as a peer, a colleague who did great business work, and not for the color of my skin. So I did anything I could to avoid diversity for the most part of my career. In 2004, my CFO asked me if I would represent the division in a diversity task force. I, of course, said no way. I was in full coconut mode. I said, "Dave, pick someone else." So what about Julius? What about Marcus? Why me? He tells me, "I trust you, and besides, you'll get great senior management exposure." I still said no. Then he said, "Let me put it to you this way. You don't have a choice. First meeting is tomorrow. Go, report back. You'll do great." I was not happy, but I do know when I need to follow orders. That was my first introduction to diversity. Still, my coconut strategy was in full play. I went through the motions, doing more listening than leading, and it was more general diversity than helping our Latino community. 2 years ago, I still had that same bird on my shoulder, chirping about how I need to do more for our Latino community. And in 2010, the CFO role for ALPFA New York was vacant, and so I decided to apply. I had joined ALPFA in June of 2012, so I was not really sure what the role would entail, but my current role as a CFO, I felt it shouldn't be that hard. I barely got elected. My views, enthusiasms, leadership skills, and recommendations all said yes. But for me, my first year of ALPFA was a lot about learning. I was blessed to really have people like Genaro Perez, Hector Perez, Steve Mendez, Alberto Flores, Santiago Carmona, Teresa Torres, and Juan Cruz, all past New York chapter leaders and presidents, go out of their way to really help me learn the organization, its history, both good and bad. These people all helped me make my learning curve and transition into the ALPFA Familia so much easier, and I'd like to thank you all for that. There are two other people I have to thank for helping me get acclimated with ALPFA. The first, Jessica Asensio. She was the first person I met at the ALPFA Leadership Retreat, and she introduced me to so many people my head was spinning. Since then, Jessica has become a close friend and a part of my ALPFA New York corporate advisory board. The other is Ann Marquez. She was our executive director at the time, and she helped me pull me back from the ledge many, many of times. Through 2011 and 2012 has been a great year on a personal basis, and for ALPFA New York as well. After getting to 2,200 members, sustaining that for the next 2 years was going to be a challenge. But not only did we maintain our numbers, we were the first chapter to break 3,000 members. And we're currently at roughly 3,200. And there's another person I need to thank, and that's this year's New York Executive Director, Cindy Sad. She has been my partner. She has been my partner throughout this year, and while I share this award with all our Alpha leaders that are doing great work, Cindy has been with me throughout this whole year making it happen. Thank you. I know these awards are not earned as individuals. They're really earned through the collective work and support of many people. I would like to thank all our corporate partners, our New York corporate partners. Without them, we are limited in we're limited in what we can deliver to our members and our community. I would like to thank my entire New York board. I know I push a lot. I know I ask for a lot. But I appreciate the fact that you all give it 110%. I could spend all day mentioning each one of my board members, but I'd like to name a few people. Josue Napa, who has been my CFO this year, and really my number two, helping me with various ideas and making things happen. Janet Rodriguez, last year's winner of the Most Promising Professional Award, who took over 15 chapters and has grown it to 1,200 student members and built a first-class model for building students into chapter leaders. John Hernandez, who has put in a great structure to manage our corporate partner relationships and has made it easier for us to provide value to our corporate partners. And to Manny Espinoza. He spent a lot of time serving as a personal mentor, and while we don't always agree on all the points, he has never ever told me to do something a certain way. He's provided the guidance and allowed me to make our own decisions. A true leader with passion. Thank you, Manny. Certainly not least, I'd like to thank my family. I've spent a lot of time on Alpha this year, and I know my family, especially my kids, Ashley and Jason, have not had me around the house as much, but I love them dearly. Thank you again. What I would like to end with one last item, and it's an action point I want everyone to take on. Today, we're 20,000 members, and we're 50.5 million Latinos in the United States. This organization can do so much more because we're only 20,000 members, so we have room for growth. There's a lot of potential. And my ask of everyone here and all our members is that we all reach out to one additional Latino and show them the benefit of Alpha and have them be a member of Alpha. And I'm sure Manny would agree that if we all do that, we can talk about next year's convention of being 40,000 members and not just 20,000 members. And through that, we can help more Latinos aspire to greatness. Thank you.